Underground economy is economic activities, both legal and illegal, that are missed from the calculation of gross domestic product or GDP, also known as the unofficial economy or black economy or shadow economy. Shadow economy in a sovereign country is part of the economic warfare strategy against other countries. Black market fruit economy or shadow economy is a black market or a series of illicit transactions that have several illegal aspects or do not comply with a set of institutional rules. Don't take it wrong, let alone take it lightly, or it could also be a new type of economy that doesn't yet have regulations, such as crypto, metaverse, narco-economics and many more. China is doing this in an organized manner. America, what's more, the country is the one who is behind it. If its officials are economists, most of them are school theories with lots of knowledge on campus, they won't understand the world like this. In America, it is estimated that the underground economy or shadow economy is worth 11 to 12% of gross domestic product, or America's GDP are around 2.25 trillion to 2.5 trillion. These elements of the underground economy vary from one country to another, from one state to another, and in some cases from one city to another. The difference is that China does also reach 30% of its GDP, which is a shadow economy. Underground economic activities such as online gambling, crypto, drugs, money, corruption, mining goods and commodities, selling weapons on the black market, drugs, transfer pricing, money laundry, tax avoider and so on, have a negative impression. Mapping the potential of the underground economy. The underground economy in Indonesia is unreadable and certainly not under control. Good, aka not well controlled, as a weapon to attack the economy against other countries. Indonesia is still a victim of the shadow economy whose regulators don't read, don't understand defeat, then instead try to limit it and instead make the world smarter. Shadow Indonesia is not exploiting it, which the state must pursue, for example the potential of the underground economy. From business actors deliberately avoiding taxes and responsibility for depositing non-tax state revenues or PNBP, in this case the case of tax evasion or PNBP from crude palm oil or CPO with land areas that are not reported, or price manipulation, in other words as transfer pricing. Well, that must be pursued. Don't increase the VAT. Sorry for the people. If, for example, CPO is actually captured, then the value can add around 2 to 3% of gross domestic product or GDP, and this is huge. The value is 3 times the VAT, which is increased by 12% too, per that is around our 40 trillion. 3% that is 660 trillion Indonesian rupiahs is more powerful than the 12% VAT increase, which only gets a maximum of 100 trillion Indonesian rupiahs by squeezing the people, and the fact that in Indonesia the transaction value underground economic activity reaches thousands of trillions per year. For example, global data alone, the value of online gambling transactions in Indonesia in 2024 will reach 300 trillion. Crypto transactions in Indonesia are estimated to reach 800 trillion Indonesian rupiahs. Even corruption cases are approaching 1,000 trillion Indonesian rupiahs. In the last 5 years, Tima's alleged management alone has the potential to cost the country 71 trillion Indonesian rupiahs, and there is much more corruption that has not been uncovered by the Corruption Eradication Commission (KPK), the prosecutor's office and the police. The shadow economy is also known as the underground economy. Informal or parallel land is a term used to describe economic activity that is not reported or not taxed or embezzled to have its source data removed by its owner, or prepared to have its source data removed or its owner. Our main priority is to save the country's economy and the new generation, and this is important. How can we become a country that is strong in controlling and not being controlled by this underground economic mafia? The country must be aware and understand managing it. For example, Dubai is a paradise city for shadow money. 50% of investment in Dubai is from this shadow economy. Switzerland is an expert in managing this Madao economy, followed by Singapore, and look at the economies of the 3 countries. Switzerland's GDP per capita is 90,000. Singapore's GDP per capita is 65,000. The UAE's GDP per capita is almost 50,000, becoming a rich country because it utilizes this shadow money. China is very sophisticated in managing this shadow economy. Drugs in the world, 80% of China enters Indonesia. 70% of China's world online gambling is 50% managed by China. China's money printing 300% of GDP. Which country can audit China? That's the shadow of the American economy. Don't ask about money printing, drugs, cartels, money conspiracies, movies, music and many more. The dark side of the economy that America manages well. Indonesia. What will happen in the future? It seems like this is not Sri Mulyani's knowledge, peace assistance is needed.